A dramatic siege in Sheffield has gripped the city, as heavily armed police and a helicopter were deployed in response to a hostage situation that unfolded on HASLAM Crescent in Lowedges. The terrifying standoff, which stretched from Thursday evening, March 27, 2025, into the early hours of Friday morning, saw a 38-year-old man allegedly hold a woman against her will and threaten law enforcement with his XL bully dog, claiming he would use it as a weapon. The ordeal began at 7:29 p.m. when South Yorkshire police received reports of a disturbance at the residence. Officers rushed to the scene, encountering a volatile situation. Despite the tension, they managed to secure the woman's release shortly after arriving. However, the suspect remained barricaded inside the property, refusing to cooperate with authorities and making repeated threats. As the night progressed, the situation escalated. Concerned for public safety, South Yorkshire Police called in highly trained firearm officers and dispatched a helicopter to monitor the situation from above. Streets were cordoned off, and residents were warned to stay indoors as the standoff unfolded. Eyewitnesses described the scene as something out of a movie. One neighbor, who wished to remain anonymous, reported hearing loud commands from police, the whirring of helicopter blades, and tense negotiations between officers and the suspect. "It was terrifying. We had no idea what was going to happen next," the neighbor said. After hours of negotiations, tactical officers were finally able to bring the situation under control. The suspect was taken into custody without further incident in the early morning hours. He now faces a series of charges, including false imprisonment and making threats against law enforcement. In a statement following the arrest, a spokesperson for South Yorkshire Police confirmed, "At 7:29 p.m. on Thursday, March 27, we were called to a disturbance at HASLAM Crescent, Sheffield. It is reported that a 38-year-old man was holding a woman against her will at the address and had made threats against her. Officers attended, and the woman was able to leave the address shortly after police arrived. After prolonged negotiations, the man was arrested and taken into custody." This incident marks yet another case of growing concern over the potential dangers posed by XL bully dogs, which have been at the center of recent public safety debates in the UK. With increasing incidents involving these powerful canines, authorities are facing mounting pressure to implement stricter regulations on their ownership and use. While no officers or bystanders were injured in the operation, the dramatic nature of the siege has left the neighborhood shaken. Many residents are now questioning how such a situation was allowed to unfold and what measures can be put in place to prevent similar crises in the future. This developing story continues to raise questions about domestic safety, emergency response tactics, and the legalities surrounding dangerous dog breeds. Stay tuned for further updates as more details emerge.